Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I have some intriguing updates that could really shake up the Bears' offseason, and trust me, this is something we've been watching closely. The NFL free agency landscape is always lively, but right now, the spotlight is shining brightly on the pass rush. And why? Because the Chicago Bears, after a pretty active offseason, are still looking to bolster that pass rush unit. You see, the team's management, led by GM Ryan Poles, has been clear about their needs. The Bears want to add explosive, reliable edge rushing talent to complement their existing roster, especially after what was a somewhat inconsistent pass rush last season. And as training camp approaches, with the pads going on around July 30 or 31, the question is, will they dip into the free agent market once again to make a splash? Recently, the NFL rumor mill has been swirling around Jadeveon Clowney, the experienced pass rusher who's been a household name for the last few years. Now, Clowney's situation is particularly interesting because he's been in the free agent market all offseason, and according to reports from Josina Anderson, he's been actively talking to multiple teams, roughly 4 or 5 to be precise. That's a significant number, especially considering the NFL landscape. It suggests that Clowney isn't just sitting back waiting for the perfect deal. He's ready to play, and he's hearing from teams that are interested in bringing him aboard. Anderson quoted Clowney himself saying, "I've been keeping in touch with 4 to 5 teams," which is a pretty clear sign that teams are still in the hunt for his services. And here's the kicker, Clowney has made it known that he intends to play this season. That's right, he's not just looking for a paycheck. He's motivated, he's eager, and he's still got something to prove. Clowney added that he's planning to play in 2025, and he's in talks with teams to find a spot. Now, this is where it gets interesting for the Bears. The team has shown interest in adding pass rushers, especially after trading for Montez Sweat and signing Dayo Odeyingbo, but the question remains, should they go all in on a veteran like Clowney? Let's look at some context here. Last season, the Bears had 6 edge rushers who logged at least 144 plays, which is a pretty solid rotation. Players like Dominique Robinson and Austin Booker are in the mix, and the team wants to see what they can do as backups behind Sweat and Odeyingbo. But at the same time, sheer numbers suggest that adding someone like Clowney could be a game changer. Someone who brings experience, leadership, and a proven track record of getting after the quarterback. Clowney has been ranked among the top free agents by ESPN, just above players like Zadarius Smith, and close to Matthew Judon, who's considered one of the best at his position. With the Bears having about $13.4 million in cap space left, they're in a position to make a move if they decide to go for it. Now, it's not just about money. It's about the fit, the chemistry, and whether Clowney can bring that extra edge to a defense that's eager to improve. The Bears have already worked out some players recently, wide receivers DJ Chark and Matt Landers, tight ends Thomas Gordon and Peyton Hendershot, and defensive back Gervarius Owens. But none of these signings suggest a focus on the pass rush. Instead, it's clear that the team is exploring their options, assessing their depth, and considering whether to make a strategic move for a veteran presence. And let's not forget about the young guys. Dominique Robinson, for example, showed flashes last year, but consistency is key. The coaching staff needs to see if he can step up and become a reliable pass rusher, or if they need to supplement the group with someone like Clowney or another free agent. The same goes for Austin Booker, an intriguing talent who could develop into a solid rotation piece. But for now, the priority seems to be evaluating what these young players can do in training camp. Only after those initial days in pads will the team have a clearer picture of whether they need to bring someone else in. From a strategic standpoint, adding Clowney would make sense. He's a veteran who's faced top-tier offensive linemen and quarterbacks, and his presence could elevate the entire pass rush unit. Plus, having someone with his experience could be invaluable for mentoring the younger players, helping to develop that next wave of pass rushers that the Bears are clearly investing in. After all, last year's rotation wasn't enough to consistently pressure the quarterback, and the division is only getting tougher. The Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and Detroit Lions all boast potent offenses, and the Bears need to be able to match that firepower. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The NFC North has become more competitive than ever. The Lions with Jared Goff, the Vikings with Kirk Cousins, and the Packers with Jordan Love. Each of these quarterbacks are capable of throwing the ball deep and creating chaos for defenses. Chicago's defense needs to be better at getting to the quarterback, and adding a player like Clowney could be the piece that pushes them over the edge. It's about creating pressure, forcing turnovers, and giving the offense more opportunities to score. The Bears have promising offensive talent, but they need a defense that can complement that, and a solid pass rush is key to that equation. One more thing to consider is the history of Clowney himself. He's been a disruptive force in the league for years, known for his explosiveness and ability to sack the quarterback. While injuries have hampered him at times, when he's healthy, he's a nightmare for offensive linemen. His playstyle matches what the Bears need: someone who can line up on the outside, set the edge, and collapse the pocket from the outside. And if he's motivated to play, as he says he is, then he could be a fantastic addition. Of course, it's not just about Clowney. The Bears are also keeping their eyes open for other opportunities, and the team's cap space gives them some flexibility. But the question remains, will they make that move to bring in a veteran pass rusher like Clowney? Or will they continue to evaluate their younger players and trust in their development? It's a delicate balance, and the decision could come in the next few weeks as training camp unfolds and the coaching staff gets a better look at their personnel. So fans, it's an exciting time. The Bears are positioning themselves for a potential upgrade that could make a real difference on defense. Whether Clowney becomes a Bear or not, the fact is that the team is actively exploring options to improve. And that's what we want to see: a team that's hungry, aggressive, and ready to take that next step toward contention. The NFC North is fierce, but with strategic additions and smart development, the Bears can be a force to be reckoned with in 2024. Now we'll just have to wait and see what Ryan Poles and the coaching staff decide, but one thing is for sure: this offseason is far from over and the energy around the team is palpable. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think bringing Jadeveon Clowney into the fold is the right call? Or should the team focus on developing their young pass rushers and trust that they can grow into the roles? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Remember, this is your team, your passion, and your voice. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news about the Chicago Bears. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep the Bears family growing stronger every day. Thanks for watching, everyone.